Okay, so in part 2 of the video, now that we have already prepared our bacterial smear on the slide and heat fixed it, we are now going to gram stain. So what we are going to do is first we're going to use our tray and we're going to set the slide on top of that, because when we begin to stain things it's going to kind of fall over the edge, and of course we don't want to make a mess with it. So step 1, we are going to use the crystal violet. That is always our first smear or our first stain that we use, and what we're going to do is flood for 30 seconds. So this is our crystal violet, so we are going to take some up in our dropper and then we are going to flood it for 30 seconds and continue to do that, making sure that we cover the entire bacterial smear itself. And as I said, it will probably fall over, and that's why we have the tray right there. Once we're done with the violet stain, what we can do is we are going to then use our little water and we are going to rinse it so that we can rinse off, the excess violet stain and all of that. We are going to now repeat the same step again, but this time we will be using iodine, and that will be for 60 seconds. So again, this will be our iodine. So we're gonna flood the specimen for 60 seconds, again falling down into the tray most likely, but we want to make sure that we have plenty of iodine on the smear itself. Once we do that, again, we are going to rinse using our water. We're going to rinse all the excess off. Next, we are going to move on to the third set of stains, but it's not really, this is more of a decolorizer. This is our alcohol. So same thing again, but this time we are going to do it for 15 seconds, and we're also going to use a gentle agitation because this is going to help to take the color out if that's what is going to happen with this specific sample. So we're going to use a little bit more force and we're going to flood this for 15 seconds. Again, we will rinse it with our water and make sure that we get the excess off. And then finally, we will flood with safranin. That is our counter stain. So if something were to turn pink, the safranin will do that. This is the safranin over here. Again, we will scoop some up and then we will flood it for 30 to 45 seconds, falling over the edge most likely, but making sure that we get enough on there. Once it's been 30 to 45 seconds, we will again rinse the smear with our water to make sure we get the excess off. Once we are done with that, we will take our bibulous paper and we are very gently going to blot the excess water off of the smear to make sure that we don't have a mess and it's pretty cleaned up for the most part, and we can see clearly when looking through the microscope and there's not excess droplets that we're trying to look through. Once we do that, our stain is ready to be looked at under the microscope. However, now we have a mess of the stains and the alcohol and all of that stuff in our tray. So we will take the tray and we will dispose of everything properly. So we have our biohazard container that we can throw things away in that we can't put down the sink. We have obviously paper towels to clean up our mess, and then our germicide, which will help to sanitize and sterilize everything, along with our sterile water too. That is another cleaning agent we will use to clean the tray and our entire workspace when we are done.